Welcome to the Phoenix Unscripted. This is a sacred space between seasons. Here you'll get unplanned, unpolished reflections from my real life. We aren't teaching or fixing anything here, just sitting with truth and being with our hearts and our bodies together. So settle in, take a breath as we sit beside the fire and reflect. I am listening to The Untethered Soul right now, and he's talking about he's on the chapter about infinite energy. And I kind of had this thought that energy it's multifaceted, right? Energy has been a really strong topic for me lately. Generating energy, having energy, making energy, being propelled by energy, feeling without energy, depleted, and how that affects our lives. And because really, I've been toying with this concept of like a vibrant life. And what does a vibrant life look like? It looks like energy. It looks like fulfillment. It looks like enthusiasm and ecstatic, momentum and movement and joy, and vibrant. It's bright. And energy is certainly a big part of a vibrant life. Of course, he says, one of those things that I'd like to kind of contrast to what he was saying is that, energy doesn't come from food or sleep. And I beg to differ. It does come from food and sleep. It absolutely comes from those things. To deny the body, this is why sometimes those kind of books drive me nuts. Because when you deny the body, you cut off half of you. You cut off the divine feminine. You cut off the part of you that is connected to Earth. And Earth is an incredible source of energy. Look at the plants, right? Right now, it's July 4th today. Happy Independence Day. It's July 4th right now. So the corn, the corn in my garden is tasseled. I'm about to pull off my ears, on some of it. The corn out here in the fields here are really tall. I mean, they're taller than me in most fields. Nice and green. They haven't really tasseled yet. Most of them haven't. Soybeans have come up real nice. They're, about, maybe a little less than knee high, but they're doing good. So grass is green. Everything feels bright. The leaves are full. Do you have any idea how much energy it takes to grow all of these things? A tremendous amount of energy that we get that is harnessed here in Earth. Because of Gaia's atmosphere, she is able to retain heat. She is able to diffuse the light that comes in from the sun, and it kind of scatters, so that way we have light everywhere. You have the nutrients that are in the earth, in the soil itself, which is basically potential energy. That's how things grow. Right? They grow because they draw together the nutrients, the atoms, the elements that they need to grow. And they pour it in, pull it into themselves, and then they use them accordingly. So your earth body has a tremendous need for energy and is a tremendous source of energy. You are able to feed your body with food from the earth that has been nourished from the sun, directly or indirectly, right? You are either getting nourished by the food, by the animal that eats the food that gets food from or nourishment from the sun, or you are eating the food directly. So the sun plus the earth equals energy. It equals energy potential. And our bodies are magical in the way that they are able to break that down and use it to create our own energy inside of us in the form of ATP. Combining both the air, oxygen, and glucose, fuel from the earth. Smack those things together, and guess what? We have an incredible source of energy within us to perform the functions of our body. If there's something wrong with that process, then of course you will not have energy. Your body, you need energy in your body in order to do the things, to interact here on Earth. But your Earth body is not the only energy source. Your cells are not the only energy makers. You also have a energetic body, right? This is I think the Egyptians talk about these two bodies. I've heard them before. One is called Ka, and I don't remember what the other one is called. I might have to look it up. I'm trying to remember what book that's in. Might be in the Magdalene manuscript. Anyway, I'm gonna have to look it up. But anyway, so two different bodies, right? You have your physical body, your earth body, and then you have your energetic body, which is connected to source, which is connected to the ether. That's your spirit, right? When we say spirit, we mean the thing that animates you, that makes you like animated. It's your connection to, this is the one that's like a little bit more ineffable. It's got a little bit less, right? We could very much define our earth body pretty easily. We see it, we feel it, we can touch it with our senses. But the energetic body is a little bit more difficult to define and to sense. Kind of. You could train yourself, because I believe that we have the capability to do that, to tap into and read our energetic bodies. Lots of people do it. Lots of people read auras. Lots of people tap into your intuition. Myself included, like your chakras and all that, right? Your chakra bodies, right? Your chakra is also connected to that, your chakra systems. So, your chakras are kind of like these vortices that make the bridge that connect your physical and your energetic body together. It's like they almost are like spiraling threads, kind of like when you spiral a screw into a nut, right? They connect together and they spiral to connect, and they're like intrinsically locked together. That's how I picture that. So what Michael's talking about in the Untethered Soul is your energetic body. It's your connection to source, which is infinite. Absolutely. That's why you can do something that excites the fuck out of you and not feel depleted in energy. Right? I'll give you a good example. So recently I had done I was welcomed as a panelist, an expert panelist on a sexual health panel at a women's wellness conference recently, and it was fantastic. And this was the first event I had done in a while, and honestly, I don't think I realized how much I needed it. But I had a 2-hour drive, 2 hours and like 15-minute drive. I was in the car forever. To get from home over to Muncie, which is on the other side of the state of Indiana, where the conference was being held. And I don't even remember what I was listening to or music or whatever, but I was so freaking excited. I got up early. I got ready to go. I was just stoked. I had all these amazing women that I knew I was going to be meeting in person. And just couldn't wait. And then I get there and it's just, I am feeling all of the people and the excitement, and there's people that are excited to see me and I'm excited to see them, and I'm meeting all these new people, and it's just incredible, right? It's an incredible sensation. I went the entire day just like a little bee going flower to flower, all of the little vendor booths, talking to people, having an amazing time. And I felt so alive. So alive. I was there from like 9, I think I got there around 9 o'clock, 9:30 maybe in the morning. And I was there all day. It was 4:30 p.m. before I realized I had not eaten a single thing since breakfast at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was the first time my belly grumbled. And I like had this moment where, because it was kind of getting, it was, things were wrapping up. It was getting towards the end. And so there was kind of this natural, like, kind of come down. And all of a sudden I remembered my body. And I remembered that I was hungry. And my body, like, was sending pretty strong signals at that point, which means that my energetic body had taken was front and center. My energetic body was feeding me energy, was feeding me. And so my physical body, my earth body had kind of taken a back seat a little bit. I wasn't tuned into my earth body because I was in my energetic body. My energetic body was the head honcho. And so I didn't sense my hunger cues. I didn't sense my normal things that I would feel when I'm hungry. But I felt great. I felt great all day. Of course, I went and I got some food once I left and fed my body, right? And then so as I was driving home, then I had experienced both a strong energy, like I tapped into my kind of infinite energy source of my energetic body. And I don't know what else to call it. There's got to be another name for it, but that's the word: energetic body and earth body. I mean, those are just, yeah. Anyway, so I think, woo, turning into the driveway a little fast. I think it's important to understand that there's not, to deny the earth body is to deny half of your energy source. Yes, you have an energetic body. Yes, there is infinite potential of energy there. Yes, you can tap into it at any time. And also, you are a physical body as well. You have those things, and you have to take care of that. You cannot sustain yourself in this world, in this reality, on only energy from your energetic body. You can't. That's not what this world is. You want to go do that, go to another dimension, because you can't do that here. We live in a 3D world, which means we have a 3D body, right? That doesn't mean that things don't slow down. That doesn't mean that things don't, like, I mean, I know that there are monks and yogis who fast for days and days on end and whatever, they're fine. Or maybe they're not fine. Maybe they're just whatever, physically. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about normal fucking everyday people. Because most of us are not monks that live on the freaking mountaintop. I think it's important to realize that we have to care for both. We have to feed both. We have to draw from both. We have to nourish both. How do you nourish your physical body, your earth body? Well, nutritious food, vegetables, bright colors, protein, nutrients, rest, calm nervous system. How do you feed or connect to, right? Because really, I mean, it's got its own energy source. You're not really feeding it, but you are certainly drawing it to you. How do you do that? Through creativity, through cultivation of the things that make you happy, Do I need to park over here? Um, I like to do it by listening to my Build Your Fire playlist. I like to do it by dancing, by painting, by, oh my gosh, talking to people like in a big room. Those kinds of things that get me excited, that help me tap into my energetic body. I'm sure there's more. I haven't discovered them all yet. I'm working on it. Thank you for sitting beside the fire with me today. Even though we can't see each other, I feel honored to have shared sacred space with you. Before you go, take a moment and notice how your body feels. If this reflection offered you something meaningful, pass it along to someone you'd love to sit beside the fire with. We heal in circles, not alone. So until the next show, remember, you are so worthy of your vibrant life. And I'll see you next time.